Hello, hello. Hi, Dipanjan. Hi, Crystal.
Hi. Can you
Thank. Yes, I can see you.
you can hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I can see you.
Wonderful. That's nice. I initially turned it to horizontal, but then I saw you were okay, let me turn this.
All right. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes. Let more people join, and then we'll start with a quick introduction, and then we shall start to Christmas delights.
Sure. No problem at all.
Thank you so much for taking out the time today to do this.
Yeah, I know. Look forward to that. We've
See, there
got
are
how
so
many
many
people?
comments already coming in.
Hi, Dipanjan. Thank you for your joining and thank you for your hi.
Hello, Arzu.
Yeah, Arzu, yeah.
Hmm. So we'll just wait for one more minute and then we can start, and then slowly people can join in and they can do that. We can just start after that.
Sure.
Okay. How is the weather there, Chriso?
It's quite cold.
It is? Okay.
Uh, Yesterday and the day before, I think the night temperatures fell below 10.
Mm-hmm.
And in some parts of Telangana, they've even gone to 7 and so on.
Oh, wow.
So that's very unusual for this part of the country.
Hmm.
But generally speaking, amongst South, Bangalore and Hyderabad are two better places to live for North Indians. They're not so warm.
Right.
Bangalore is the cooler of the two, but Hyderabad is also not that bad.
Right.
It's dry
Right.
at least.
Right.
You don't sweat very badly here,
Yes.
like you do in certain coastal cities like Vishakhapatnam or Vijayawada. Vijayawada is really hot. That's my hometown.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
it's also called the Blazewada because it's always hot. It's blazing hot, so Blazewada.
All right, all right. So I think we can start, and a very warm welcome to all our audience who are watching us live right now and who would be watching the recorded ones later. A very warm welcome from Viropana. And as we are nearing and approaching Christmas, so the best, any festival is not complete without food, and
Yeah,
cooking is therapeutic too. So, keeping both of that aspect, we have kind of invited one of our honorary member from Sanhati who is a part of Sanhati for a long time, and it's our pleasure to host you tonight. So, thank you so much, Chriso, for joining us tonight for
thank
this
you so
day.
much, Deepanita, for this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
Usually I'm very recluse and wouldn't like to do these kinds of things. Yeah, I think this time I cooking is one of my comfort zones, so I thought let's go for it.
Right. So, what are you going to cook tonight?
Um, got some, although it says Christmas delight, uh, Christmas is basically something special, right? So
Yes.
baking and all of that is not my forte because I'm a South Indian and all we do for Christmas is the traditional food stuff.
Okay.
Ariselu, Garelu. These are the names of the special dishes which take a long time. So then I thought, because I lived in Bhutan for a couple of years and studied there and came to love that country after I started to understand the people, the culture. And I realized that their cuisine is also special. So
Hmm.
to make it special for Christmas, I've got some Bhutanese stuff. Okay.
Oh,
Ah,
so we have some international cuisine tonight.
international cuisine, absolutely.
Right.
But it's very
Wonderful.
simple. It's very simple. And I also wanted to know if there are any questions that our friends have. They can type in, and probably you can read them out. I will answer anything that they might want to know about anything that we're talking about in this live today.
Absolutely.
Um, so, what do we do? Do you have any questions?
Not right now. I think we can start, and if the question comes in, I will read it out to you, so that should not be a problem.
Sure. Sure. Okay. I don't know if you can see these.
I can. I can.
You can, right? Okay. These are slices of cheese. Bhutan
Okay.
uses a lot of cheese, not this times. Of course, they do when they don't have anything else or when they're running short of their regular ones. This is the last resort that they would go to. This, as we know, are cheese slices,
Yes.
and it's also called American cheese. So
Mhm.
what Bhutanese use is homemade cheese. They make it, and they're
Okay.
in balls, and they're sold together in a bunch of fours or fives, and it's very delicious. So organically made and fresh. So that's what they use. But today for this thing, we are going to use cheese, and these are um, slightly less pungent or less spicy chilies, long ones with
Okay.
thicker flesh. Little chilies. Bhutanese use a lot of chilies. Chili in Bhutan or Bhutanese or Zonka. Zonka is their language, although we call Bhutan. Uh,
What do they
their
call? I'm
language is
sorry.
called Zonka. Starts with a D. Dzongh. So Zonka in
Okay.
Zonka, this is called that's chili.
Okay.
Of course,
I'm
for
not sure, but
I do not
there
have
is a
the actual
lag in your
bouquet.
video. There is some lag in your video.
Oh, okay. Is it because the
Yeah,
signal? Let me just
possible
switch
because
to
your video is getting stuck in between.
how
Can the audience tell me once that are you able to listen to him clearly, or are you able to listen to me clearly? Like, I'm just trying to understand if the network issue is from my end or his end. Can anyone confirm, please? Yes, he just disconnected Arzu. So, Arzu, could you confirm that uh, are you able to hear me properly? Better.
how is it now?
It is better, much better.
Okay, thanks. So and then this is mushrooms. Okay, they're sliced. Let
Okay,
me show.
okay,
Mushrooms in Zonka or Bhutanese is called shamu.
okay, okay.
So this curry is called shamudachi.
Shamudachi. Okay.
Datshi, Datsi or
Datsi.
Dachi.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
I'm going to start. It's quite simple. Um, add a little bit of oil to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just show that.
Okay. It's
Okay.
not visible. It's not
No, it's
visible.
not.
No. Maybe a little bit more. Mm, yeah.
Okay. I know it's little.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's a little better. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. To start with a little bit of oil,
Mm-hmm.
and once the oil is a little warm, it need not keep piping hot, just a little warm. We start with adding the chilies straight away.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Cover them, let them fry just for a minute or two. It's very quick,
Okay.
so the dish is really, really super fast. This is almost like fast food. You really don't need to wait for long hours. If you're having a guest and you want to make something quick and exotic, you can switch to this imadachi or shamudachi,
Okay.
any of these products. So
Wonderful.
I put it on high flame just to make it fast and also.
Okay. So while it's cooking, so just wanted to ask you, we all are very busy in our daily life with our daily work schedule. And cooking takes a little bit of time, and cooking also, it's like you have to eat that also. It's just not cooking. Cooking, eating, everything is involved. So
Yeah.
is cooking therapeutic for you?
Yeah, more than cooking, I think I mentioned this in our group earlier. Doing the dishes, so washing up the dishes is more therapeutic for me. So, in case I am a guest in one of your homes, then leave the utensils to me. But yeah, honestly, that is true. I do the dishes very therapeutically, and I love doing that. Then even the cooking part is also quite therapeutic. But as I understood, Deepa, I wasn't like this from the beginning. In the sense, I was not a guy in the kitchen from my childhood. I never ventured into the kitchen until I married, or even after many years after marriage.
Mm.
But what I realized was that acts of service is my love language.
Right.
Some of you must have heard of the Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. It's a beautiful book, and that gives us an insight into how we, you know, respond in relationships and also how we expect in relationships.
Right.
For example, if act of service is my love language, I probably would like my partner also to respond in acts of service.
Correct.
But if let's say Pearl's love language is words of affection,
Right.
and she might just simply say, Chris, he calls me Babu. So she might say, Babu, I love you.
Mm.
And then I say, what worth does your love have or this kind of saying to me? Because you're not making anything special for me. So
Right.
I think that's the importance of these love languages is that if we understand and recognize what's her love language, Pearl might not really value acts of service because she needs that affirmation, words of affection, because it's her love
Right.
language.
Right.
Um, but thankfully, Pearl appreciates acts of service, and I also make sure that I give her words of affection. I tell her the things that she loves to hear all the time. So I think that's the joy of recognizing and communicating better while we are in
Absolutely.
a relationship, any relationship for that matter, isn't it?
Yes,
Even at workplace,
absolutely.
as colleagues, if we can recognize our love languages, our preferred, I think that's the joy. But
Right.
yeah, as you said, cooking is one of my ways of expressing love. Okay, now this
Wonderful.
is done. I'm going to add the diced button
Mushrooms.
mushroom. Yeah,
Right.
this is quite a bit actually. That's about 200 grams.
Okay.
This will quick cook very quickly because mushrooms are tender and gentle. So
Mm-hmm.
just leave it like that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Gary Chapman's love languages, Deepa?
I think as because you were when you were saying, I was just I trained this bit before I came for the live. So I am involved in a corporate training for 5 days. So I it was just like that what I was saying there and you said over here. because when we grow and we just tend to understand most of the miscommunication that happens is because my what I expect, my way of communicating is different from the other person's communication. And
True.
that's why I keep on saying that the meaning of the communication is the response that you get. So,
Very true.
what
Yeah, yeah.
response we are getting, based on that, we have to modify our ways of communicating. It's very
Absolutely.
important.
Absolutely.
So,
Very true. Very true.
as you said, act of service for you and words of affection for Pearl. So, it is important for two people who are communicating to understand what works for them, and
Very true.
that way it is easier. So, it's a
Yeah.
wonderful book. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And then another thing that I thought I'd highlight is I've got
Yes.
I'm a little prepared, so uh, you know, can you look at this one?
Yes.
It's basically, let's say in a relationship, we could always do like this. You know, I can point my teeth, and the other person can point their teeth, and we can really, really fight over things that we are. She's weak at so and so. I am weak in so and so. She'll point out to my weaknesses. I'll point to her weaknesses. But if we can fulfill the weaknesses and complement them, no, and then
Mm.
we fill into those their weaknesses. They fill into our weaknesses. I think that becomes a synergical approach to life, especially as couples. No, we always really don't see that what's her weakness could be my strength, and therefore let me fill it.
Mm.
You know, I, for example, I don't even think about what I'm going to wear at home.
Mm.
And every time I just open my wardrobe, things are very, very systematically arranged, pressed and kept. All I do is when I'm going into the washroom, I remove my clothes and put it into the bin, into the laundry bag, or sometimes in the corner of the room.
Mm.
But Pearl is very meticulous when it comes to this. So she fills into my weakness. You could always say, why are you throwing the stuff like that? Don't you know that we have a washing machine? All you have to do is press a button. How did you come up like, what's your upbringing? And if she starts to point to my weakness and I then say, turn around and say, you can't even cook a dish, or you can't do the dishes properly, then it's like we're just fighting a losing battle.
Mm.
So I learned this from Pearl, so let me give her credit. So she says in a relationship, it's important for us to fill in for one another's weaknesses. And then we have something that's very, very synergical, and we can do something with that. And when we fill in, it's a beautiful thing. Otherwise, we are just simply fighting. I'm strong in this, you're weak in that. So that's one thing that I wanted to share.
This is
So
beautifully,
I think kitchen is
beautifully
one of my
shared.
strengths, and I'm happy to do it. Despite there's nothing about gender in relationships, no, Deepa.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think what you expressed right now with that paper cup is so intense and powerful, because it's
Yeah.
not only about couple, it's about any relationship that we have.
Very true. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Unfortunately, we do this all in the office. We
Yes,
say in
yes.
teams we have to make sure that all of our strengths are played to the max potential and all of that. But when we come home, somehow we forget those things and we think those dynamics are only for office, but
Absolutely,
they're more important
absolutely.
at home actually.
Yeah, true. True. Like we in at work in corporate, we often talk about SWOT analysis. We do a lot of SWOT analysis like strength, weakness, opportunity, threat.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
we learn all of that, and then we come back home, and then suddenly वो तो office के लिए था, then forget that. But the thing is, like, we are the same human being, and if we make change in ourselves, I'll be the change human being in my relationships and even at workplace. So
Absolutely.
that's very important. Yeah, wonderfully shared. Thank you
And
so much
there's
for
one.
sharing that paper cup thing.
Oh, Thank you. Thanks to Pearl, actually. She does it when she's doing couple therapies and stuff like that.
Right, right.
Um, yeah. So I just stole it from her today. But basically to apply to roles that we share at home. Nothing about
Right.
gender when it comes to roles. I think as couple we just have to play to our strengths and complement to their weaknesses, vice versa, and be happy to do that. Because we at the end of the day we're the most important team in the world for us for as a family. So
Right, right.
that's one thing.
Absolutely. I mean, as gender stereotype is the last thing we should talk about in today's world because everybody is
Very
doing everything.
everything.
That,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is very important. So I
Yeah.
even for me being if I ever get into a relationship, I will always want my partner to cook because I don't like cooking. Although I can cook, but I don't like cooking. So it does not mean if the
Yeah.
person is cooking. Yeah, I have heard many people saying, "Oh, you are the man in the relationship. Oh, you are the woman in the relationship." It's just the stereotypical ideas that people have about gender roles.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's time for us to put the cheese. Okay. All I'm going to do is just open up the cheese slices. I'm going to use
Okay.
four of them.
Okay.
Just throw it in there. Nothing more to do. There is already a little water that's oozed out of this
Right, right, right.
out of the mushrooms because mushrooms have a lot of moisture and water in it. So that water is going to convert into a little bit of gravy.
Correct, correct. So while we are opening the cheese, let me go through the comments we had. Uh,
Yeah, sure.
so far we have only like after what we read, the one comment is from Shrestha, who is saying, "Good to see you both in the same frame."
Ah,
Thank you, Shrestha.
how sweet. Shrestha, she's our superstar. I love all the work she does. Everything.
What's cooking? Shrestha joined in a little late. Shrestha, it's for you. She is a
Sorry?
mushroom fan.
Oh,
She's a mushroom fan, yeah. What's cooking? She's asking because she joined in late. So, you name the dish once again, Krisa, for her?
it's called Shamudatsi.
Shamudatsi. So it's a Bhutanese cuisine, and it's very simple ingredients: less spicy chili, button mushroom sliced, and cheese. That's all that is gone so far.
Absolutely. Okay. I've put four of them and I'm going to add a little bit of salt
Right.
and that's it. Bhutanese don't use much of spices. If you see spices, it's basically Indianized Bhutanese. If we go to a restaurant, let's say, they add a tomato or turmeric or chili powder, then they're simply Indianizing it for our sake. Generally speaking, cheese, chilies as they are, and then aloo. They use a lot of potato. And they
Mm.
use a lot of mushrooms, dried mushrooms especially. They get some very beautiful mushrooms naturally in their forests. So they go just harvest from the forest, bring home, wash, and then cook.
Wow. Nice.
Asparagus, they use quite a bit of asparagus.
Right.
And then we use palak. They call saag,
Hmm.
but they use palak as well. And of course meats. Quite a lot of uh, dried meat, basically dried meat.
Okay. 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 So Shrestha has written, thank you so much, Krisa. And wow, sounds interesting. Mushroom is my favorite. Yeah, it's a favorite.
Uh, I'll add a little bit of water. That's not sufficient.
Okay.
Maybe about 50 ml.
Okay.
Okay. In the meanwhile, what I'll show is Bhutanese eat a lot of rice, but that's red rice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So today I've cooked. I know it's the front-facing camera, so you can't read it properly, but it's called pristine fields of gold red rice.
Okay.
Okay. This is a jar of 1 kilo, and I bought this long ago, and it's still there. This is not actually the red rice that they use. Theirs is even more
Mm.
organic and really, really nice. But for
Okay.
want of anything else, I could only find this one on the internet. So I bought this, and I cooked
Okay.
already.
Okay.
I cooked it in a cooker, and
Okay.
can you see that red rice?
Yes.
I'll put it
Yes.
in a bowl
Yes.
and then show you.
Okay. Sure. So, just one question. For there are many people who don't eat rice.
Okay.
Is there an alternative that they can use?
Yeah, and in the sense, these dishes go very well with rice because that's their staple, uh,
Food.
diet, part of their staple diet. Red rice. Take a look at this one.
Right. Right.
Okay,
How does
it's
it taste?
beautiful.
Does it have any specific taste? Red
Oh
rice?
yeah, very very delicious. You can actually eat just the plain rice because it's got a lot of texture and taste. It isn't as bland as our white rice.
Okay.
It's very nice, and it's also because of the color, and it's also quite thick. The grain is thick, so and a
Okay.
little sticky. Not like Japanese or Chinese sticky rice, but a little sticky. So what they do is um, even to wash their hands when they're traveling, as part of their culture,
Hmm.
they use the rice to clean their palm.
Oh, okay.
If they're traveling, let's say they're on the road, you don't get water. Sometimes water is quite precious. During winters, it might not be that easy to get water.
Okay.
They have water, but they want to drink it warm, and so it's all in the flask. They use a first morsel to clean their palm, and then leave it for some bird to eat.
Okay. All right.
So
Nice.
that's how. And I told that they use palak, so I already made this dish. It's just
Okay.
palak, cheese, and chilies, nothing else.
Okay. Okay.
So this is one dish, and then this is another dish, and then you have rice. So quickly you have a dinner, a three-course meal ready for you.
Is this your dinner tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be my dinner. Pearl and Abhishek are outside. Just they went to visit one of our family friends, but I told
Okay.
them that I've got this life, so when they come back, it's going to be dinner for them as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay, here we go. Look at this.
Ah, nice.
It's amazing. It's very very tasty. It's that juice of the what do you say? The cheese, melted cheese, and a little bit of moisture and the liquid from the mushrooms. All of that makes it into a tasty gravy kind of thing.
Right.
And just three items, nothing else. Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's
Looks yummy.
Shamdasi. Done. It's done and ready. So all you have to do is, and usually we eat in plates, but they would have wooden bowls that are about 6 to 7 inches wide. Wooden bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they take a spoonful of that. Rice will be in this wooden bowl. They'll use their hands to mix and then have.
Okay.
And some of the most educated people, they come in a Prado, they come in most expensive cars, but if they find a lawn, they'll just lay their tiffin boxes, whatever they've brought, and they sit in a circle on the grass, and they all have a meal. Sometimes it's an IAS officer, an IPS officer, irrespective of who they are.
Did you just see the comment that came up right now?
Would you mind to drop your address to land on this just uh, Deepanjan. Where is Deepanjan in Kolkata?
Dipanjan is in Kolkata, right?
Oh God.
We
Thanks.
also have a couple of,
That's a compliment that I will take, Deepanjan. Thank you so much.
so Divyanshi Yadav has joined and she is asking, "क्या बना रहे हो, sir?"
Oh, okay. It's a Bhutanese dish. We've also made two another red rice that's basically relished by most of the Bhutanese, all the Bhutanese in fact. Of course, uh, in slightly more expensive restaurants, they're switching to basmati because it looks very elegant
Hmm.
and it's different from what they usually cook at home.
Right.
Uh, but I would always anyway anytime rate red rice over and above the white one
Right.
from nutrition point of view,
Correct. Correct.
fiber
So is
content.
the nutritional value of red rice more than brown rice?
I think the glycemic index is lower,
Okay. Okay.
and so therefore it's more suitable for people with diabetes or people who want to be on the healthier side.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
I have to try red rice now.
yeah. Its cooking time is a little longer than our regular ones. Ours is really fast. Our rice is really fast. Their rice takes a little time to cook, but yeah, worth
Okay.
the effort. But the curries are faster, so you can actually save time on those.
Right. Exactly.
So
Wonderful.
that's for Christmas today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would you keep it like that or do you want to plate it?
Oh yeah. In a sense, so usually we use bowls.
Okay.
So let me just.
Yeah, me and Vipindra will join you. Yeah, so Shrestha is also saying that we will
But
join and
for
come
the
to your
sake of the
place.
show, let me put it into a plate, okay?
Okay, sure.
Got this one, and then along with it, they usually have either hot water, a cup of hot water, or a bowl of dal, thinly made dal,
Okay.
plain dal, nothing else. Tur dal, usually cooked very thin, and it's like a soup, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise,
Mm.
there's something called suja. It's called butter tea, Bhutanese butter tea. It's made out of a very different tea leaf. I've got
Oh, okay.
okay. I know, I don't know if you can see that.
All right. All,
It's very
uh,
dark.
yeah.
The leaves, let me just take a spoonful in my hand and show you.
Oh, okay. Right. It's pretty dark.
These are called tea leaves.
Okay.
Suja. Okay.
Okay.
Now they boil this with water. Add
unsalted butter, also locally made.
So how does it taste?
And then salt.
Oh, okay,
So it's salted butter tea.
okay. How does it
I don't
taste?
know
Have you ever
how far I
tasted?
tried, but until the 60s, I heard. I could be, I'm not sure. Until the 60s, Chinese didn't know that sugar is.
Oh, okay, okay.
Coming
Right.
call.
Your voice is cracking for some reason suddenly. It has started cracking.
There's a call coming. I don't know from there. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the reason.
So have you ever tasted this suja tea?
Yeah, regularly while I was there, I would drink regularly.
So how does it taste?
Very nice. It's
Okay.
buttery, salty, and it's got a very um, mild flavor. I should say. It's not like black tea.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, very mild, much milder than that. First week,
Okay. Right,
very
right.
mild. But
Wonderful.
it's got that brownish, chocolatey color. It's like Complan's.
Right.
You remember Complan's color?
Yes, yes,
Kind
absolutely.
of buff, pinkish.
Right, right, right.
Once you add a little bit of butter, and then they use either a mixie or a hand blender to froth it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's basically water, hot water, butter,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
um, the essence
Mm.
of the suja.
Okay.
So along with this one, I have a cup of that. It's a big cup. Usually it's a big cup kind of thing. But having the it's a bit more.
Your voice is cracking again.
So
You, yeah,
it's a beautiful country. It's an
yeah.
amazing country. I have loads of friends there, and some of them visit me here. I've had two friends visit me in Hyderabad, and every time they came, I made these.
Wow.
One guy visited me twice. Another friend, the friend of mine, visited me once along one time. And as a family, we got them Hajj party began and all that. But one night we came in the
Your voice is not audible. Your voice is not
oh,
audible. It is like cracking in between. I think after the call came in, the voice dropped.
Oh, okay. And it's
Now it's
echoing
better.
with me.
Now it's better. Now it's better.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Now that the cooking is over, so I let switch to this.
Yes, yes. So, I don't know, like, but I am not very accustomed to Bhutanese cuisine, so I would like to thank you so much for introducing us to so many different varieties. I mean, it was a mixture of cooking, like healing with spices as well as healing with wheels, healing on wheels, like two episodes merging in one. Thank you so much, Kiso, for this. I had
Thank you, Deepa. I hope you guys, in case you have some questions, then of course we are all there in the group, so you guys can.
Right, right. The only thing that Shrestha wrote is खाने before you have dinner, just drop a little bit somewhere because हम लोगों ने इतना नजर दिया है पेट खराब हो जाएगा आपका. So just drop a little bit.
Thank you, Sveshta.
Right. So anything, any last minute thing that you would like to say our audiences or your friends or anything that you
uh,
would like to say.
one thing is I think we all should compliment one another rather than complain, especially in our personal life.
Right.
That's one thing we should start to pick up. And I don't know how many of you actually, uh, you know, hungry for somebody to say, just say, whatever you do is something really very. But as a child, I think I grew up in a hostel for until my 10th class. During those times, I think I missed those affirmative statements and encouragement.
Right.
But when we are in a personal relationship, I think one should be able to do that for one. Whether we have received it as a child or we can give.
Yes.
So I'd say encouraging, compliment, keep in for where they have, and ask them for help where it can happen
Absolutely.
together.
Yes.
So really try not survive, but and
Right.
Viropana is there in case there are times when people don't really reciprocate. We might have the best of intentions, but the other person might not. And but we still have a way to turn them around.
Yes. Yes.
People like Deepa, group in Viropana, they're always there. They can help. We can all help one another
Absolutely.
to
We
improve
can.
things,
Yes.
continue to make our world around us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Christmas is coming. I think Christmas is all about good vibes, good tidings, and it's the time of giving. And I feel something which I did today, and I would like to say to all broader audience that giving is the best way of communication.
Yeah.
So what we can give is more important than what you want to receive. And it's like a boomerang effect. What you give comes back to you in different ways. And if you give out good things will come back to you in different ways too. Yes. So from the entire team of Viropan and Sanati, wish you a very Merry Christmas in advance, Chriso, and a Happy New Year too. We hope that
Thank you.
2022,
Merry
yeah, I
Christmas
hope,
to everybody who's watching and a wonderful new year for God.
yes.
Thank
Right.
you,
So
Deepa.
you're welcome. And we hope that 2022 is a wonderful year for each one of us. It's a start to something that we have been hoping for. Much better. It will start on a better note. Thank you once again for such a beautiful evening with such international cuisines. Thank you so much, Chriso.
Same here. I echo the same sentiments with you. Thanks, Deepa.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. So
Thank you.
Shrestha has
Bye.
written something last. Thank you so much, Chriso, for sharing a wonderful recipe. Hope to see you in some other life with us soon. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Please take care of yourself. Thank you, Chriso.
Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
joining in.
Thank you. Thank you.